Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Gaya Gauranitai 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 Gaya Gauranitai देव विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीपीडी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की देव विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा पुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की श्री श्री गौर निताय की ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की हिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories all glories all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome to our continuation on the discussion from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Adi-lila, chapter 7. Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. Last class, which was long before, we started the section of how the Panchatattva, earlier discussion was how they delivered everyone, papi, tapi, all kinds of people. But then deliverance of Mayavadis remained because they escaped. So this section, 39 shloka onwards till 151, long section, talks about deliverance of Prakashanand Saraswati and his sannyasi disciples. They say sometimes he had 10,000 disciples. Somebody says 60,000, but they were sannyasis. Having 10,000 sannyasi disciples is not a joke. None of us have one disciple also. But he had not one, 10,000, and that too all sannyasis. So how they were delivered, I'll just read out 39 onwards, the translations. All were converted into devotees of Lord Chaitanya, even the Mlechas and Yavanas. Only the impersonalist followers of Shankaracharya evaded him. So then 40 to 51 talks about the Mayavadi sannyasis blaspheme Lord Chaitanya. While Lord Chaitanya was passing through Varanasi on his way to Vrindavan, the Mayavadi sannyasi philosophers blasphemed against him in many ways. The blasphemers said, although a sannyasi, he does not take interest in the study of Vedanta, but instead always engages in chanting and dancing in Sankirtan. 42nd. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an illiterate sannyasi and therefore does not know his real function. Guided only by his sentiments, he wanders about in the company of other sentimentalists. Gyanis condemn devotees, bhaktas, for their ignorance. They think the devotees are ignorant, they don't know Vedas. But the essence of all the Vedas is to surrender to Krishna, to chant his holy name. Vedescha sarve ahameva vedyo. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. You know the famous pastime when the two Dvivedis or Trivedis, very scholarly people, they came to meet Srila Prabhupada and asked, they were discussing. Then Prabhupada asked, okay, you studied Vedas. So what is the conclusion of all the Vedas? Then they were shocked. Oh, Swamiji, how can you ask such a question? Conclusion of the Vedas? Like, they are not able to answer. It's like, how big is the conclusion? So many Vedas. So then Prabhupada called one small boy of the Gurukul. Now, what is the conclusion of the Vedas? So to surrender to Krishna, that boy said, to chant Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Prabhupada said, very good. He gave him one cake. Thank you. So then the boy went. And he told other boys. They asked, what happened? Prabhupada asked question. What question? What is the conclusion of the Vedas? Simple answer, surrendering to Krishna. And for that I got cake. He said, very good. And Prabhupada said to these Vedis, Dvivedis, Trivedis, just see. Even the kid here knows what is the essence of the Vedas. And you, after discussing, studying so many Vedas, you don't know. You are confused. So this is how they are. That doesn't mean that we should not read the books of Prabhupada. We should read for finer understanding. Or Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yavetti tattvataha. One has to know him in truth, properly, in completeness. So that's why we should read also. But ultimately, the essence is surrendering to Krishna only, isn't it? It's not like something new going to come out on the pages of Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, or you read. Yesterday, I saw there is one Upanishad called as Garbhopanishad in Bhakti Rahasya, sorry, Bhakti Sandarbha. Jiva Goswami quotes from Garbha Upanishad also. But child in the womb, what he prays to the Supreme Lord. But the point is, ultimately what? Ultimately, Krishna only is the conclusion, isn't it? Nothing else. That is only has to be understood. You might have seen that ITV or some film production of our, I don't know, ISKCON or devotee production. So the movie will open up and then the pages of the Vedas will be shown and the Vedas open up and then Krishna's figure comes out and he plays. How many of you seen? Yeah, I've seen. So what is that? Basically from Vedas, what comes out? Krishna only. Whichever page you read, whichever line you read, word you read, verse you read, one word of verse you read, it's all Krishna, 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 Krishna only. Isn't it? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So Mahatma Tudurlava. Such a person will be rare only, no doubt. Vasudeva is only whatever you read. This means Krishna. Chaitanya means Krishna. Mahaprabhu means Krishna. Is means Krishna. And means Krishna. Illiterate means Krishna. Sannyasi means Krishna. And means Krishna. Therefore means Krishna. Everything means Krishna only. Ultimately, it leads to that only, na? Yes or no? So this is the conclusion to be reached. But we should read scripture. But the point is, these Mayavadis are very scholarly people and they read a lot of Vedas, but they are confused only ultimately. And they think the Supreme is impersonal, his body is made up of Maya. bodies like ourselves, Panchamahabhut, earth, water, fire, everything. So this is how they are fooled. Prabhupada Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadi. After reading all the scriptures, Krishna has to be understood. Rather, they offend Krishna. So this is their foolishness. So devotees know the conclusion, but they are blaming Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an illiterate sannyasi and therefore does not know his real function. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated Keshav Kashmiri long before. He was a big scholar. He defeated Sarvam Bhattacharya after his sannyas only. So this is a little later. Sarvam Bhattacharya was very scholarly. He went to Mithila and learned Nyaya there, which was only missing section in Mayapur or in Navadvip area. And he, after coming, wrote the entire that scripture, Nyaya. And thus Navadvip became complete seat of learning, because what was missing out of the six philosophies, that also came therein by the grace of Sarvam Bhattacharya. And such a scholarly person Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated in one shot. 7 days he spoke, it was all irrelevant or meaningless. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for a little bit he spoke, he defeated Sarvam Bhattacharya. He explained this verse, Atmarama Shivana Munayo. Sarvam Bhattacharya had explained in one particular way, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained in 9 different ways. Afterwards, some time later, this is in Varanasi. So on the return journey, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Varanasi, and that's where Sanatana Goswami surrendered to him, because he ran away from the jail of Nawab Hussain Shah. And when he surrendered, and there was discussion that comes in the Adi-lila. So then when he asked many questions, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained, and then eventually asked, I heard earlier you explained Atmaramasya Munaya verse to Sarvam Bhattacharya. I am also eager to know. Please speak to me also, tell me also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, what? I am a fool actually. What do I know? Because of the presence of Sarvam Bhattacharya, such a great devotee, I happen to speak something. But because you are asking, I will speak something. So to Sarvam Bhattacharya, he spoke 9 different ways, 9 different explanations without touching his explanation. Now to Sarvam Bhattacharya, to Sanatana Goswami, he explained in 61 different ways. Can you imagine? One verse given to you, how many different ways you will explain? One way we know. Okay, at least 2, 3, 4 different ways we can speak. That's it. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same verse, same words of the verse, and he explained in 61 different ways. And when Sanatana Goswami heard, even now 9 different ways when he explained to Sarvam Bhattacharya, immediate conclusion was, you must be Supreme Lord. Nobody can explain this verse in 9 different ways. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an illiterate sannyasi, but this fool Prakashananda Saraswati is thinking like that and saying, therefore does not know his real function. They say Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramanta, Kopinavanta, Khalu Bhagyavanta, that a sannyasi should always absorb in the scriptures. That is true. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramanta. He should be absorbed, he should enjoy. And what is the conclusion of all the Vedas? Krishna only. So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is singing the holy name and he's dancing. That is the ultimate final thing. But he doesn't understand. Guided only by sentiments, he wanders about in the company of other sentimentalists. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a big sentimentalist, and all those who are wandering with him, dancing, singing, like him, like madmen on the streets of Varanasi or all over India, they are all sentimental. This is how he is a big aparati. He is a very big offender. Anyway, so up to that, now we will discuss. Up to this, we had discussed. Now 43 and 44 talk about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initially neglected them. Please repeat. ये सब सुनिया प्रभु
ये सब सुनिया
आसे मने मने
आसे मने मने
उपेक्षा करिया कारो
उपेक्षा करिया
ना कैल संभाषणे
ना कैला संभाषणे.
Hearing all this blasphemy, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merely smiled to himself, rejected all these accusations, and did not talk with the Mayavadis. So this is Amanina Manadena. He is not expecting any respect from them, which we expect so much. Just imagine, you are accused like this. You are a sentimental fool. What do you know? Scriptures. You know nothing of Vedanta Sutra. You're dancing, singing on the street like madmen, like women, like children. What would you say? What? What do you say? What did you say? And we'll be angry. And we don't know much scriptures, but something we'll try to speak. We'll be only fumbling. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not like that. He is peaceful. Dhirastatrana muhyati. A sober person, because of deep knowledge, is undisturbed. That is the test of your greatness. The greatness of a person has to be estimated by his ability to tolerate provoking situation. So there are three types of provoking situations. One is on physical platform in terms of heat, cold, Shita Ushna. On higher level, on mental platform, Sukha and Dukkha. You have to tolerate both happiness as well as distress. Distress comes, some near and dear one dies, loss, money loss, health loss, something like that. So difficult to tolerate distress. But then Sukha comes, happiness comes. Somebody gives you mango, Alfonso mango. Tipo. so, so you should be undisturbed. So Sukha Dukkha is on mental platform. Highest platform is on false ego, Man and Apman, honor and dishonor. Dishonor, somebody says you are a fool, sentimental, rascal, bastard, and all the galis which you they are all given to you. So how you remain undisturbed? And on the other side, you are honored. Oh, you are the deliverer of the entire world. You delivered me. And some people glorify, especially brahmacharis like us. We people say, because of this, you are so great. They gasp, they cool down. You should chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So in all these conditions, one should be undisturbed. That is the test. How many of you can tolerate heat and cold? Our Harshad Prabhu is able to tolerate. That's why he went to that, which one? Triple IT. Yes. Huh? Baner. There it think it is too hot. Midcom. Okay. He went there to experience super heat, ultra heat of Baner. Or maybe it's too cold. So that's why he was sent there. Others who want AC, they are here only. RVC. Those who want AC, they are in RVC. So it's difficult. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he smiled. If you are insulted, how will you smile? You are smiling at me. जरा नक्शा बिगाड़ देता हूँ जीना हराम कर दूंगा तेरा like that we are envy in the heart. So one is undisturbed. See for yourself whether you can tolerate heat cold. If you are not able to tolerate heat cold, it is very less likely that you will be able to tolerate sukha and dukkha. Because you are failure on the lower level only, how can you be passing on the higher level? You failed in 9th class, how can you pass in the 10th class? First you pass 9th class. When you pass, then 10th class, there is possibility of passing. There also possibility of failure is there, but at least okay, you are 9th pass. 10th you may fail. There is no question that you are 9th fail and 10th pass. So lower level you have to pass. So Shita Ushna, first grossest, on the gross physical level, you should be able to tolerate. Then on higher level, mental platform, Sukha Dukkha. And highest level is on false egoistic platform, Man Apman, honor and dishonor. So here in purport Prabhupada writes, as Krishna conscious devotees, we do not like to converse with Mayavadi philosophers. Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadhi. He is an offender to Krishna. So we don't want to have anything to do with those who are offenders of Krishna. For that matter, even materialists who have no interest in Krishna. They are not offenders to Krishna, they have no interest in Krishna. They have interest in sense gratification. Even such materialists we are supposed to avoid. He says, what is that? Nishkinchanasya bhagavat bhajanonmukhasya param jigamishayor bhavasagarasya sandarshinam vishayinam athayoshitamscha ahanta hanta vishabhakshanato apya sadhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only would recite this verse many times. That Nishkinchanana, those who are not interested in worldly wealth, they are not interested in anything worldly, but they are interested only in Krishna. Nishkinchananam Bhagavad Bhajanon Mukhasya. Those who are bhajan unmukh, those who are eager to practice bhakti and advance, they are not bhajan vimukh. They are Krishna unmukh, not Krishna vimukh. They have not turned their face away from Krishna. They have turned their face towards Krishna. They have turned their face towards bhakti. Param jigamishayor bhavasagarasya. They want to cross the ocean of material existence, of repeated birth and death, bhavasagar. For them, what is dangerous? Sandarshinam, seeing, darshan. Sandarshina Vishayinam, those who are interested in sense gratification. Vishayinam Atayoshitamscha. And women also who are similarly interested in sense gratification. So they should not see even the face of such hardcore materialists, sense gratifiers, and women also who are sense gratifiers. Hanta hanta visha bhakshanato api asadu. If we are eager to see their face or you see their face, it is like drinking poison willingly. Hanta hanta visha bhakshana. Visha bhakshanato api asadu. So one should not be like that. So we don't even want to see the face of materialists, or we don't want to do anything with materialists as far as possible. That's why when you go out, you should not associate with materialists. You should give your association to them. The best way of defense is to attack. So give them book of Prabhupada and say, no, Hare Krishna, see this book, this. Otherwise, if you are not preaching, what will happen? They are preaching to you subtly. In their mind, there are some sense gratificatory thoughts. Those thought waves will touch you because you are very close to them. They will hit you and they will putrefy you. They will contaminate you further. You are already contaminated. Your contamination will increase. So very dangerous. What to speak if they speak? Then the speech is about all sense gratification. You know what I did yesterday, sense gratification. They will discuss. And their actions also. They will go. Recently, I was at Bhubaneswar airport, and one boy and girl they met, and immediately they embraced each other. I'm sure they were not married couple. They were friends. Boy and girl are embracing each other. How many of you seen? You must have seen, no? So we are also mini Ajamils. That was Ajamil of Satyayug. We are Ajamil of Kaliyug. And he saw only once. We are seeing millions of times every now and then. On the screen, so everything is that only, YouTube and all that videos. But even in life, you can see. I saw that not on YouTube video. I saw that in life, in front of me only. And they were laughing and this and that. So this is how, if you don't preach, they are preaching to you. Either Krishna exists or Maya exists. So when you are preaching, Krishna is existing. He is getting Krishna in a small way, big way from you. But if that is not there, then he will start preaching. Maya will be there. He is Maya's agent. He will start preaching to you and you will get preached because you are vulnerable. We are Kanishta Adhikaris. Yahara Komala Shraddha, say Kanishta Jan. One whose faith is very tender, very soft, pliable. So he is Kanishta Adhikari. So then we think, oh, how much this fellow is enjoying. My God, just see. Young girl he embraced, very nice. Some people kiss also. All that also happens. So in the West and all, the Western people come to India, they will kiss lip to lip also. I have seen this also. All varieties of things you will have to see. So you should be undisturbed. When you will be undisturbed? If you preach. If you don't preach, you will be destroyed. They will preach. Either Krishna or Maya. So you are Krishna's agent, you should preach to them. Say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You should tell them. Here it's very easy. Here everybody will say Hare Krishna. Because everybody's rounds are also remaining now. They will continuously say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram. I got class was till 6 o'clock. Chanting is remaining. Till 8 I cannot finish my 16 rounds. So here everybody chants Hare Krishna. But outside they don't chant. So you have to tell them, chant Hare Krishna. Here is the book. Here is the prasad. Here is the card. Or here is our temple, this thing. Sometimes in the plane, when I meet kids, then I show them the photos, hundreds, thousands of photos are there in the mobile of, Vaman Lila, Narsingh Lila, all these Bhagavatam photos. See this, this, who is, movie is related to Krishna. Oh, really? And they told she knows lot of pastimes of Krishna, Varadev, Narsingh, Kurmadev. Lot, she likes to hear many sadhus and all that. Oh, wondering. Amazing. So anyway, she was amazing, but otherwise, we have to preach. Don't keep quiet. If you keep quiet, if you don't preach, Maya, that means through her agents, is going to preach to you. How many of you want to be preached by Maya? So you have to preach Krishna's message. लड़ो नहीं तो मरो. So how many of you are ready for लड़ो, लड़ने के लिए? How many of you are ready for मरने के लिए? तो लड़ना होगा आपको. नहीं लड़ेंगे तो मारे जाएंगे, मर जाएंगे आप, क्योंकि माया तो प्रबल है ही. शी इज वेरी पावरफुल. So take care. So he's saying, a Krishna conscious devotee, we do not, as Krishna conscious devotee, we do not like to converse with Mayavadi philosophers simply to waste valuable time. But whenever there is an opportunity, we impress our philosophy upon them with great vigor and success. If you are capable of defeating a Mayavadi, you should. But it requires, because they are very scholarly. If you are not reading Prabhupada books also, what to speak of Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra, how will you defeat them? Isn't it? Some PhD boy is there, is doing PhD in the final year, and you are an 8th class boy, and you are going to defeat that PhD boy. It's very less likely, isn't it? But he has gone through 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, 11, 12, maybe engineering, MTech, and then PhD 4 5 years he has spent. He's thorough fellow. So for you to defeat, you have to be equipped, fully equipped. You have a lot of strength. 44th and 55th now. Upeksha kariya kaila.
Upeksha kariya kaila.
Mathura gama.
Mathura.
Mathura dekhiya punaha.
Mathura dekhiya.
Kaila agama.
Kaila.
This is 1515 year. Thus neglecting the blasphemy of the Varanasi Mayavadis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded to Mathura. And after visiting Mathura, he returned to meet the situation. So this was just before Kartik. Somewhere in Kartik, 1515, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached. He was there for 2 months, Kartik and Margasha, something like that. Then he was going towards Puri. But on the way, he came to Varanasi. And now he is going to deal with these Mayavadis. Purport. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not talk with the Mayavadi philosophers when he first visited Varanasi, but he returned there from Mathura to convince them of the real purpose of Vedanta. 45. Kashite Lekhaka Shudra
Kashite Lekhaka Shudra
Shri Chandra Shekhara
Shri Chandra Shekhara
Taraghare Rahila Prabhu
Taraghare
Swatantra Ishvara.
Swatantra Ishvara.
This time Lord Chaitanya stayed at the house of Chandrasekhar. Although he was regarded as a Shudra or Kayastha, for the Lord, as the Supreme Personality regarded, is completely independent. So this is not Chandrasekhar Acharya, mouse of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, Sachi Devi. Sachi Devi's sister, Alti or something. So her husband was Chandrasekhar Acharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every night for 1 year before sannyas was dancing in the house of Srivas Thakur. But sometimes, some few nights in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya. But that was very less. Mostly it was Srivas Angan only. That the famous pastime of drama, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacted drama. He became Rukmini, Mother Lakshmi. How many of you heard? Not heard. Chaitanya Bhagavat describes very elaborately. So whole night there was amazing pastime. The Haridas Thakur became the police and he said, Jagte raho! Like that. Srivas Thakur became, I think, Narad Muni, something like that. Lot of drama passed, whole night drama. And morning the sun rose and devotee was so angry. What rascal, this sun? Why did he ride so early? They wanted to burn sun with their angry looks. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to save sun. Otherwise devotees, because devotees were not happy. Now this is Chandrasekhar, Sri Chandrasekhar. This is Shudra, Kayastha. That mouse of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu obviously will be Brahmin. Chandrasekhar Acharya, Brahmin family. But this is Shudra, Sri Chandrasekhar, but pure devotee of the Lord. This doesn't matter externally. Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi, Shudra ke Ninoy, Jai Krishna Sat Tattvaveta, say Guru Bhai. Whether one is born a Brahmin or a Shudra or a Sannyasi, if he knows the science of Krishna, he is to be accepted as Guru. So this is about Chandrasekhar Vaidya, I think his name. But anyway, Chandrasekhar. So he stayed in the house of Chandrasekhar, a clerk. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as sannyasi is not supposed to reside in the house of a Shudra, but he resided. 500 years ago, especially in Bengal, it was the system that persons who were born in the families of Brahmins were accepted as Brahmins, and all those who took birth in other families, even the higher castes, namely the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, were considered Shudra non-Brahmins. Therefore, although Sri Chandrasekhar was a clerk from the Kayastha family in Upper India, he was considered a Shudra. Similarly, Vaishyas, especially those of the Suvarna Vanik community, were accepted as Shudras in Bengal, and even the Vaidyas who were generally physicians, were also considered Shudras. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, however, did not accept this artificial principle, which was introduced in society by self-interested men, and later the Kayasthas, Vaidyas, and Vaniks all began to accept the sacred thread, despite objections from the so-called Brahmins. Before the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Suvarna Vanik class was condemned by Ballal Sen, who was then the king of Bengal, due to a personal grudge. In Bengal, the Suvarna Vanik class are always very rich, for they are bankers and dealers in gold and silver. Therefore, Ballal Sen used to borrow money from a Suvarna Vanik banker. Ballal Sen's bankruptcy later obliged the Suvarna Vanik banker to stop advancing money to him, and thus Ballal Sen became angry and condemned the entire Suvarna Vanik society as belonging to the Shudra community. He tried to induce the Brahmins not to accept the Suvarna Vaniks as followers of the instructions of the Vedas under the Brahminical directions. But although some Brahmins approved of Ballal Sen's actions, others did not. Thus, the Brahmins also became divided amongst themselves, and those who supported the Suvarnavani class were rejected from the Brahmin community. At the present day, the same biases are still being followed. You understood? It's like some conflict on based on personal problem. Ballal Sen borrowed money, could not return, so there was no more money given. So he became angry. He tried to agitate Brahmanas against Suvarnavaniks and all that. This happened in Bengal, and now also they go on. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not for this kind of birth-based varnashram. I am born in Brahmin, so I am Brahmin. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't accept. Krishna doesn't say that. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vivagasha. I have divided the society into 4 social orders: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, based on guna, qualities, and karma, activities. In the last lines, he says, as of this writing, Shaligram Shila worship has not yet been introduced in our Krishna consciousness movement, but soon it will be introduced in all temples as an essential function of Archan Marga, deity worship. Brahmanas generally have Shaligram Shila in their house. And in temples also, Shaligram Shilas are supposed to be worshipped. So this is long before, I'm not sure the year, this is 1974, 75 maybe. So that time ISKCON temples did not have Shaligram Shila. In fact, some temples did not have deities also, just the photos of Panchatattva. That's it. Or at best, Gauranga Mahaprabhu Temple, Radha Krishna. ISKCON was growing. But then Prabhupada said this system will be introduced later years. And now we have Shaligram Shilas in many ISKCON temples. 46. Tapana Mishrera Ghare Bhiksha Nirvahan Sannyasi Rasange Nahi Mane Nimantran. As a matter of principle, Lord Chaitanya regularly accepted his food at the house of Tapan Mishra. He never mixed with other sannyasis, nor did he accept invitations from them. Tapan Mishra is Brahmin. This exemplary behavior of Lord Chaitanya definitely proves that a Vaishnava sannyasi cannot accept invitations from Mayavadi sannyasis or intimately mix with them. Guhyam Akhyati Pruchyati. This Priti Lakshanam, loving dealings between devotees. Guhyam Akhyati Pruchyati. Inquiring confidentially from a devotee or guiding a devotee confidentially when he inquires confidentially. So this has to be done with devotees. This we cannot do with any outsider, even materialist. Forget about Mayavadis. We should never open our heart to any Mayavadi. For that matter, we should not open our heart to a materialist also, because they will exploit you. You will find that SMS come, never reveal your KYC details, password, or this or that. In case you have done that, immediately change the password, isn't it? Why? Because there are what they call many scams happening. These fraudulent people are there. They get some information of your something password. They will what they call hack the money. They will take your money. So we should not reveal our heart to any materialistic people, because they are exploitative. They have turned their face away from Krishna. They want to enjoy life. For that, they want money. They want woman. They want prestige. And you have woman, you have money, you have prestige. They will what to call exploit you. So don't reveal your heart to any materialist. Should reveal our heart only to devotees. To Guru we open our heart, or to counselor, some senior devotee, and we see that they are very selfless. They are not having no interest in this material world. So you can tell them any details of your life, no problem. They will never tell to anybody else. Rather, they will guide you how to come out of your problems. To me, so many people tell what not, all varieties of things they tell, which cannot be spoken in public, which you cannot tell even very close friend. Sometimes wife may not tell husband, husband may not tell wife. But to us, people tell everything. They know this person is not interested in material life. He will not exploit me at all. So this is very good, this kind of faith. But then they should test the sadhu also, whether he's really like that. Otherwise, sometimes sadhus also can be exploitative, and sadhus within ISKCON also can be exploitative. Hmm, like that. So one needs to be extremely careful. One has to be convinced that he is really a sadhu, absolutely not interested in anything material. He is living here just because Krishna wants him to be in this body. Krishna wants his body to be in this material world. That's why he's here. Otherwise, he has absolutely no. His consciousness has reached Golok Vrindavan. Such kind of sadhu we should have in our life. And to him we should tell, or to her we should tell what we are going through. Then they will not exploit us. They will never do wrong propaganda. Hey, you know this Prabhu or this Mataji, what he did or what she did. They will never exploit you. They will never demean you, defame you in public or anywhere. They will keep it quiet. They are chugli lagana, you know, idhar ka udhar ka idhar. है कि नहीं? Those who are crazy fellows, they will do like that. But a counselor is not supposed to be like that. Counselor is supposed to be very deep in his bhakti and very confident, keeping the confidential matters very secretly, not telling anyone. Sometimes some devotees ask me also, Prabhu, please don't tell this to anyone. I said, don't worry, Prabhuji, or don't worry, Mataji. Nobody will come to know. Don't worry. Because, you know, something very confidential, something, some mistakes they have done, some, like somebody was feeling bad about काउंसलर, गाली दे दिया उसने काउंसलर को, वो सब हमें बताता है कि ये मेरे काउंसलर, इनको ऐसी गाली दी मैंने. So प्रभु गॉड, डोंट टेल माय काउंसलर, डोंट टेल एनी डिवोटी, डोंट टेल एनीबॉडी इन आवर काउंसलिंग ग्रुप. ये तो वो काउंसलर को बता देंगे, फिर हमारी इज्जत चली जाएगी, बाद में जान चली जाएगी, दीक्षा दीक्षा का नाम हट जाएगा. ये नहीं, चिंता मत कीजिए. But don't, I tell them, don't continue this kind of thing. Okay, counselor may be also at fault, but that doesn't mean that you should speak ill names about him. Sometimes great souls also may commit mistakes. They are not pure devotees after all. So why do you have such bad feeling? So I try to help them to come out of those grudges, those bad feelings, ill thoughts about their superiors. And as far as telling those things to others, never the thing. So you should be very what do you call? You should have so many secrets of people in your heart, never revealing to anyone. Then you will earn the faith of others. Understand? Otherwise, you imagine somebody revealed some confidential thing to you, and you tell somebody else, and that devotee came to know. He will know, my God, what a rascal this fellow. He told he will keep it confidential, and he spoke to the whole world. How can he do that? So that is not good. Yes, any question? Time is over because of chanting pressure. Yes.
You told that attack is the best defense.
Ah,
What about when we deal with our parents? What should
when we
deal with our parents?
there also attack can be by providing them prasadam. This is spiritual attack. The way to heart is through stomach, and so heart will change. We keep feeding them prasad. From when you are going home, should carry a lot of mahaprasad. Every day keep giving. And there also at home, you should cook ideally. And you should offer to Krishna, and you can serve them also. Like that. So that's why all of us should know cooking. So then the parents' hearts also will change.
Not through verbal speaking.
That depends. Mostly they will not accept from you because then you are a kid. Chota tha, nanga tha. We used to put clothes, you know, also. अरे छोटा था, अभी छोटा नहीं है. नहीं, वो देखते नहीं, अभी भी छोटा ही है. That time you were 1 year old and we were 30-year-old. Now you are 21-year-old, but we are 51 years old. So this only calculation. So mostly they will not accept this thing from you because false ego doesn't accept, isn't it? Others sees. My mother was simple. She would accept from me, but she would always see like me like a child only. And she would पानी पीते जा रोज. मैं पानी पी रहा हूँ मैं. No, but that Mataji said many brahmacharis have piles problem because they don't drink water. Said, "Arey, other brahmacharis may not be drinking water. I drink 3-4 liters of water every day." She said, "Okay, make sure that you drink water." I said, "Okay." Now I'm a brahmachari for 20-25 years, and she's concerned I should drink sufficient quantity of water. ये भी कोई समझ रहे ना? But my is like that, mother is like that, father like that. They are always caring. So they will mostly not be able to hear from. They want you to hear them. हमारी सुनो, अपनी मत सुनाओ. Like that. So if they are very broad-minded, devoted and all, then they will. Like my mother, I always told her 16 round is not enough, chant more. So she would chant 18 rounds daily. So I was her instructor. She accepted me as her Shiksha Guru also. So that is because she was devotee, she was initiated devotee. But others may not accept. But other ways of attacks are there. Be very kind, be very considerate. What some of their points also you can accept, which are not going against bhakti path, isn't it? They say take rest early, no problem, you can accept. And sleep 8:30, 9 o'clock. But some other things we may not be able to accept. So we have to be polite and firm. Externally, we have to be polite, and inside firm. That is the formula. But as far as possible, be careful and attack. There are other ways of attack also. Love is the topmost attack in the creation. You can defeat, or kindness. Prabhupada said, kill them by kindness. That means all their wrong propensities will be destroyed through kindness. So be extremely kind to others. But you have to make sure extremely kind. So they say, okay, here is a piece of meat. You please accept our kindness also. So you cannot accept it. So it requires a thorough person only. Not so easy to know how to deal. That's why dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhaya mahajano yen tatam sapanta. Very difficult to know exactly how to act in a particular situation. So we need to follow in the footsteps of Mahajanas. Then they tell us like this. That is basically counselor. Counselor is supposed to be a follower of Mahajan, and he should be able to guide us. Yes.
If you are amongst the relatives, then sometimes what relatives do, they think that they are smarter than us.
They are smarter than us.
They think that we are doing the wrong thing, bhakti and all that. So they try to preach us.
So we should preach, no? We should preach, but not in a preachy way. You cannot take a superior role in a sense. You can say, scriptures say like this. Bhagavatam says like this. Chaitanya Charitamrita says now this. They will be defeated because they don't have any backing up. They don't have any authority. हमने मूवी में देखा या ऐसा ऐसा थोड़ा होता है. Movie is not the authority. You can tell them authority. What is authority? Vedas are the authority. So many. Then we will have to come to device because they have not gone through basics. And we have defects in our senses, 4 defects. Then you have to speak. Then they'll understand, oh, authority is required. And Krishna is the authority, Vedas are the authority. Like that we can tell.
We must preach, but
yeah, we should preach. Yeah, but politely, in a sense. You cannot shout at them. Then they'll say, देखो, ISKCON का devotee है, क्रोधित होता है. क्या सीखा तुमने? कैसे शांत हो? So इसलिए polite and firm. Externally you are polite, internally you are firm. बोलो कितना बोलना है, मैं आपको defeat करके रहूंगा, लेकिन politely. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he defeated Keshav Kashmiri. All the boys started laughing when he was dumbfounded. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, shh. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, maybe you have forgotten some of the scriptures. You may go home today and study the scriptures. Come tomorrow. We'll continue our discussion. Like that, you have to be polite. Don't shout, you rascal, what do you think? अरे मैंने क्या भक्ति शास्त्री किया है, certificate है, positive thinker, self manager, proactive leader, and device also by the way. बोली ये क्या है? Device, positive thinker. मारो गोली. So don't be angry. You should be convinced, calmly convinced. Remember this word. You have to be calmly convinced. That's how it makes you firm inside. No matter who says what, who does what, you are undisturbed. That's what greatness of a person has to be estimated by the ability to tolerate provoking situation. एक relative आके he spits on your face, another relative urinates, and third relative passes stool on your head. You should be undisturbed. यूरिन है तो हैंकरचिप से हो जाएगा, स्टूल है तो वो भी हो जाएगा शायद, टॉवल से होगा, चाहे तो स्नान करके हमको जस्ट एक्सक्यूज मी, आई जस्ट कम इन 5 minutes, आई टेक बाथ एंड कम एंड कंटिन्यू. So, so who is where in bhakti will be seen by your behavior and your speech. When you are not convinced, when somebody attack you, नहीं नहीं क्या ऐसे नहीं, हम गलत नहीं, हम सही है, हम सही है. अरे आप सही है वो बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, स्क्रिप्चर्स क्या बोलते हैं वो बताओ, एंड यू आर फॉलोइंग स्क्रिप्चर्स. आप सही हैं ऑटोमेटिकली फिर हो जाता है. आपको स्क्रिप्चर्स पता नहीं, नहीं नहीं मैं गलत नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं प्याज लहसुन नहीं खाता, ऐसे मत बोलो. टेल फ्रॉम स्क्रिप्चर्स how paj and lasun is a product of cow slaughter or this and that. You should be able to speak from the scripture. कि बोलती बात 5, 10, 15 मिनट में 1, 2 घंटे में वो ठंडे पड़ने चाहिए, शांत हो जाने चाहिए. और हमने कुछ अटैक किया नहीं, वर्बली ऐसा जो चिल्लाए नहीं, हम उनके सब आर्ग्यूमेंट्स को सब डिफीट कर दिया बेस्ड ऑन द स्क्रिप्चर्स. दैट्स व्हाई वन हैज टू बी थॉरो इन द स्क्रिप्चर्स.
I observe this only. When we go in home now, parents actually watch our behavior, how it's changing. They don't want whether he is reciting shloka.
Yeah, yes.
They just leave Aviyachi.
Yes, that's what the English sayings are, no? Action, your actions speak louder than your words. An example is better than precepts. And like that, so many slogans are there.
You also told me when we, for example, when we go here, we can tell Hare Krishna to anyone.
No, outside they will see your behavior and speech. So Prabhupada's speech is the most important quality of any person. How you speak. You should be gentle, you should be soft, but you should be based on scriptures. You should speak in an authoritative way. Then nobody can stand in front of you. Doctors, lawyers, IAS officers, engineers, scholars, nobody can stand. सब झुक जाएंगे. हरे कृष्ण, आप सब ठीक ही बोल रहे हैं, बताइए हमें क्या करना है. They will surrender to you if you are authoritative and humble also. Sometimes what we tend to become authoritative but in an angry way. I know in the Bhagavatam, you be convinced inside. है कि नहीं. अभी कोई चींटी आया मेरे ऊपर अटैक करने के, तो मैं ऐसा ना, अच्छा चींटी आया, चींटी क्या बात है कि नहीं. I'll be cool. अगर रेड चींटी थोड़ा पावरफुल होता है, ब्लैक चींटी कम्स एंड ओके चढ़ने दो बॉडी के ऊपर. ऐसा कभी कोई तो उनका सेफ लैंडिंग होता है, दे डोंट डाई, isn't it? That's so simple. So if you know you are very powerful, then you are undisturbed, है कि नहीं. The world's the WWF topmost fellow, he has come to wrestle, so you will be scared. But ant comes black ant, you are not scared because you know your power is very high. So like that, your power means one should not be proud. We should be banking our pride, banking our strength based on acharyas, their books, their teachings, Vedas. Then you receive the power. Acharyavan Purusha Veda. One who possesses an acharya, he can. Who is requesting? Maybe one last question. That you don't have to worry. He is representative of Shiksha Guru, at least. He is senior to us. Counselor is senior to us. He is mature than us, more mature than us, more read in the scriptures than us. He is wiser than us. All that thing. So that is enough. If you think, no, I need better counselor, then you increase your level. Just like in 10th standard, 8th standard, all of us had teachers who were what? B.Ed, M.Ed, kind of, maximum. But then we topped in 10th class, then we went to 11th, 12th. Then the teachers were, the teachers level increased because your level you had increased. Then you went to engineering, my God, then the teachers are not B.Tech just, maybe M.Tech, PhD. And then you go for PhD. Then that fellow is maybe double PhD, double, triple PhD. So you increase your level, automatically you will get the higher, isn't it? Dhruva increased his level from ordinary prince to seeker of God. Then Narad Muni came in his life. Isn't it? Till then Narad Muni was there? Not there. So he increased his level. He's seeking God. He's going in the forest. By his actions he's proving that he wants to seek God. He wants to meet God. So then immediately Narad Muni came, and ultimately Krishna only came. Krishna Garba, Lord came. So you increase your spiritual strength by associating with devotees, reading books of acharyas. Automatically you will be getting higher level of counselor, or even guru can be your Diksha Guru, can be your Shiksha Guru as well as counselor. That is also possible. But you have to be on high level. It takes one to know one. You cannot be a fifth class boy and expecting double PhD, triple PhD as your teacher. No question. Okay.
He
Grandhara,
more of like a paid counselor.
Yeah, but still he's philosopher also, he's guide also. So he can come down, he can be pure devotee and he can be your counselor. No problem. That depends on how much you are close to him, how much you please him. So even very pure devotee also can be your counselor. He can be your friend, philosopher, guide. He can be daily guiding you also through emails, through phone calls, through text messages, through calls, all that. They can be very compassionate, but you have to be on very high platform. You should be innocent. You should be not aparadhi. All that. If you are an offender, forget it. So you can get the highest, though you can be lowest, but your consciousness is very high. Your attitude is very high class. And the attitude, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Attitude of gratitude, in subtle body gratitude, and in gross body servitude. So if you have like that, you can get a pure devotee also as your regular counselor. Krishna is ready. Narad Muni is such a pure devotee. For Dhruva, such a small boy. 5 years. He is an ignorant fool. He has not gone to school also. He doesn't know how to write A, E, K, G, G also. But he went for the highest thing. God gave up princely comforts at home in palace. So he got Narad Muni. Okay. Chanting is remaining. Grantara Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. You see, he came silent.